Okay, so welcome to this mindfulness session. So we have a 15-minute mindfulness meditation session for you today. My name is Lynn, and I shall be guiding you throughout the whole process, so nothing to worry about. So if you joined me last week, we touched a little bit on what mindfulness is, and actually I wanted to just sort of highlight it is something quite simple, really. If you sort of break it down, mindfulness really is it's about being rather than thinking. So what happens is that most of the time we're actually sort of caught up very much in the thinking mind, and we are maybe aware of the occasional moment when the thinking mind sort of slows down and we get those moments where we feel maybe fully immersed in something and everything seems calm and you feel fully present and in the moment. And that really is what mindfulness is about. And if you've experienced those moments, you'll know that, well, they feel good, and it's nice to be in that to have that feeling and to be fully aware. Everything seems like it's in sharp focus, and you get this kind of wave of serenity almost through the body. So it's a lovely feeling, and that's kind of what we're aiming to find more of in our mindfulness practice. Now, the truth is, most of us find it difficult to let go of all that thinking. In fact, it takes a lot to master the mind and to have that kind of control of the mind, and people literally dedicate years of practice to be able to be more enlightened or to be fully mindful. So I'll be honest, we're not going to find enlightenment in our 10-minute meditation, but hopefully everybody will find a little bit of space away from the thinking mind and just experience that feeling of just being in the moment and feeling calm and relaxed. So if you were with me last week, we did a breath control meditation, and you may have noticed that as you were focusing on the breath or counting the breath, that thoughts were popping into your head, and of course, you know, that's what I'm saying. You're always thinking. Thoughts are always running through the head, and sometimes it can be very random things that pop into the head, and sometimes, most often actually, it's the negative thoughts that try to capture us. It's often a negative stream of thinking, possibly worrying about something, revisiting conversations that didn't go so well in your head, things like that. It's and that's really the problem, because we're often caught up in very negative thought patterns, and we need a little break from that. Mindfulness can give us that little respite from the worry and the stress that we experience from the mind. So, and it's interesting because all thoughts that pop in, they do try to grab our attention, and they do try to tell us that they're really important and that you should be thinking of them. But actually, you might notice from your meditation that these thoughts that do come into the mind, maybe they're not so important. Maybe you get a better perspective of what thoughts are coming into the head, and you might realize that this is the same thing you were thinking yesterday and the day before and the day before, and it doesn't change by thinking about it. And so it's that recognition that allows us to kind of let go of those negative thought patterns. So let's get into our practice. If you've not practiced before, then what we're going to do is just sit on a chair, put our feet flat on the floor, just find a little bit of alertness through the spine, and then just relax the arms, just rest the hands in the lap. And we start with the eyes open, and we're just going to begin with 3 deep breaths to lead us into our meditation. So when you feel comfortable in your seat, begin by taking a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Lovely. So nice deep breath in, making this the biggest breath of today. Feel the movement in the body. Lovely. One more deep breath. This time, as you exhale, just close the eyes, or if you prefer, just a nice soft gaze. And just take a moment to settle in. Sink into that quiet. And just sink into that feeling of being here now. So know that the next 10 minutes you're dedicating to finding a little bit of inner peace. And at this point in time, nothing is required of you. Everything that you were just working on can wait. The mind doesn't need to think about any of those things from your morning. You can let the outside world dissolve. And just bring all your focus and attention into this moment. So become aware of the weight of the body, feeling of the body pressing down in your chair. And just notice how evenly the weight falls between the sit bones. Become aware of the feet on the floor. The contact you're making again, is the weight even between the feet. Notice the hands resting in your lap. Feeling the weight of your hands. The fingers relaxed, gently curling. And then just allow any sounds that you can hear around you just drift in and out. And as you draw that attention once more back into the body, just taking a 1-minute scan through the body, starting at the top of the head. Just scanning through, getting a better sense of what's happening in the physical body today. Notice if there's any tension present and see if you can relax the body as you scan through. And just notice what is present. What feelings are present in the body today? We're not making any judgments, we're just noticing. So allow the body to relax a little deeper. And then let the attention just rest on the breath. And just take your full focus now to the nostrils, to where the breath enters and leaves the body. Focusing on just the nostrils. As you focus, if you notice that the mind gets distracted with thinking, then just tell yourself that this is your time now to rest the thinking mind. I don't need to think about any of those things right now. I can let them go, and if they're important, they'll come back to me later. This is my time to rest. Just observing the breath flowing in and out of the nostrils. Just sitting, relaxing, breathing, and being. When you're ready, just starting to bring some of that awareness back into the rest of the body. So spreading that awareness from the nostrils, taking in the body, the whole body. Feeling the feet on the ground. Feeling where your legs meet the chair. Noticing the space around you. Any immediate sounds around you. You might like to just gently wiggle the fingers. And when you feel ready, just opening the eyes. Coming back in your own time. So just again,